Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how much will depend on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos, news update. Release Kanu now in the best interest of the country. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Restructure now. SMBLF tackles Tinubu. Yes. The Southern and Middle Belt Forum. Yes. They have tackled Ebola Tinubu. They said, look, Tinubu, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Release him now in the best interest of your country. Release him now in the best interest of your country. Yes, they condemned his controlled detention. And they said, look, Nigeria is facing hardship. That if this thing continued, it will lead to the breakup of the country. So look at this security. People are dying every day on account of killings by bandits, by henchmen, terrorists. Yes, kidnapping for ransom. So insecurity is dragging Nigeria to a breaking point. So these SMBLF leaders expressed their concern over the myriad of challenges, problems facing the country. They called on Ebola Tinubu to address this urgently. Say he has to restructure Nigeria, otherwise it will go up in flames. Say it will break up. So Nigeria will tear into pieces unless Tinubu does something urgent and drastic like restructuring the country. Yes. Of course, their statement was contained in the communique they released. Yes. Look at the communique. Quote, the SMBLF expresses its concern that the Nigerian nation continues to remain fractured, divided and retrogression because of their faulty federal system being practiced. The forum therefore calls on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who in the past had carved out a name for his efforts in fighting for true federalism in the country, to have the courage to lead the country into proper practice of federalism as obtains all over the world. Furthermore, the meeting calls on President Tinubu to set in motion the machinery towards eventual constitutional amendment by implementing the 2014 National Conference report and the El-Rufai Committee report on true federalism of 2018 set up by the APC government. The meeting notes that with great concern that the entire Nigerian nation and its people have found themselves under what appears like a siege on their daily existence. In all parts of the country, terrorists, bandits, kidnappers, armed robbers, and other violent groups have taken over our cities, villages, and highways. Most recently, Plateau, Ekiti, Kwara, Kogi, Benue states, including the FCT, have become some of the most dangerous places to live in. It is inconceivable that criminal groups can come in and out of our communities. Yet, those who are responsible for safeguarding the society cannot get into same hideouts or anticipate their activities. The SMBLF reminds President Tinubu that the primary duty of government is to protect the life and property of its citizens and the buck stops on the table of Mr. President. While appreciating the sacrifices of some members of the security services, the forum calls on all those concerned to double efforts and restore peace back to the entire country. The worsening state of insecurity again reinforces the call for rejigging of the whole security architecture of the country. In particular, the urgent need for more federal government interest and encouragement towards ongoing state and community policing efforts around the country. We vehemently condemn the setting up of an ethnic militia by the Meti Allah Kanu'S in Lafia, Nasarawa State. We hereby advise that federal government should not condone actions that will force other ethnicities into setting up their own ethnic armies, as that will lead to national disintegration. We welcome the universal agreement for state police in all states of the Federation. The SMBLF cautions that the rising poverty in the country puts the very existence of the Federation at great risk. From its recent ranking as the poverty capital of the world, it is disheartening to note that in the past few months, things have worsened as most Nigerians are virtually living on hands out. Another respect, the Nigerian naira has fallen uncontrollably to levels that we had never imagined, and the situation is getting worse daily. The meeting therefore calls on Mr. President and his team to come up with practical solutions to address these problems and bring tangible results to Nigerians. The SMBLF condemns the continued incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu and its implication on peace and security in the Southeast. The SMBLF therefore calls on President Tinubu to ensure that rule of law is allowed to prevail on this matter, and all court rulings on this matter are obeyed. The release of Nnamdi Kanu is in the interest of the entire country, as the leadership of ACTI0Ñ has promised that they will work with him to restore peace in the region. The SMBLF expresses its concern that the political situation in Rivers State has been allowed to fester for so long. While appreciating President Tinubu for his quick intervention in trying to broker peace, it is clear to all, especially with the court judgments and counter-judgments, that peace is far from the state. The meeting therefore urges President Tinubu to re-examine the decisions which were taken to ensure they are in compliance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and are capable of bringing lasting peace to the state. The SMBLF discussed the developments in Nigeria's neighboring countries, Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, and Mali, and calls on President Tinubu to take all peaceful steps to restore unity within West Africa and ensure that the welfare of Nigerians in those countries is properly secured. The Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum want to assure Mr. President that all Nigerians' commitment to unity and peace of the country, built on the pedestal of equity, fairness, and justice. This was sent by Chief Dr. Edwin Kiabodo Clark, OFR, CON leader, Chief Fire Adebanjo Afenifere leader, Chief Engineer Dr. Monali Wanyamu, MFR, OFR, CFR, President Honest Ndebo, Dr. Pogo Beatrice, President General, Middle Belt Forum, Senator Emmanuel Ebok Eshin, National Chairman, PANDEF. So, now this thing that them talk, you see, the answer OFR, CFR, MFR. What is the implication of all this? CON. You see, after answering all these things, what's the resultant effect to your country? Nothing. You answer LFR, GSFR. So they are talking about disintegration, that the country will disintegrate. So what remains? Let it happen now. What are we not saying? Disintegration is, if it's for the peace, let it come. Of course, it's for the peace. If Nigeria disintegrates and there will be peace, people will have food on the table, people will have security, people will, will enjoy their life like in European countries, where you have 10 million persons in a country, 20 million persons in a country, living a good life, enjoying life. It's better, and that is what we are working for a better life for the people, for good life, for them to, maximize their potentials as youths. Today in Nigeria, youths are, they're not, maximizing their potentials. They're idling away. Youth in their prime, they are not doing anything. They contribute nothing to the economy. They contribute nothing to their own well-being. They are languishing in poverty and in dejection and rejection. The youths in their prime. So it's happening in the country. So it's not good. What we are saying is this: let the people enjoy their life. Let them meet up their needs. Let them live their life fulfilled, aspire for greatness, and dream and realize their ambition of life. That is it. Even if there are 10 million persons in a given country, it's okay by that. It's okay. So let it come. Let it come. Let this disintegration that will bring peace, that will bring food on the table of the people, that will bring security, let it come. Anybody stopping this is anti-people. If you are issuing communique to stop this thing from